How good am I with tech? That's the first question I'd be asking myself when I'm looking at getting the Amazon Fire Max 11 or the Amazon Fire tablets. The reason I say this is because this comes with Fire OS. Fire OS does not have the Google Play Store. It has the Amazon App Store, which has a good amount of apps missing on here. It's gotten better over time, but still it's not up to par from what I'd want it to be. So I always want to get the Play Store side-loaded. And this might not matter anymore too, and I'll try to talk about that more at the end of this video. But as of right now, there's a lot of these Amazon Fire tablets going on sale for Black Friday and December, the holiday season. The best deal I'm seeing right now is the Amazon Fire HD10 that's going for $69.99. And when I'm looking for a tablet at this low-end tablet, very dirt cheap, even though it has 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigabytes of internal storage, I would consider that tablet because, I mean, Fire OS is kind of unfortunate because, like we said, it's kind of locked in. You don't have the Google Play Store pre-installed, and also you're limited on what you can do on here because you can't download widgets or anything along those lines. It's very locked in, the OS. So with this, this is the #1 reason I would buy this. 1920 by 1200 display. Now, it doesn't sound like it's too much with 224 ppi because it'll still be pixelated to some people, but at the price point, it's unbeatable. You know, this has a wideband security of L1. All the tablets do, so you can watch videos in full HD 1080p on Netflix and other streaming platforms. On the contrary, other tablets may show wideband L1 on DRM info, but it might not be supporting everything. Like Netflix still needs its own wideband L1, and same with 1 or 2 other streaming platforms. So that's something to watch out. And even then, it might not have a wideband security of L1 to watch videos at full HD. So when it's not L1, videos are going to be played at 480p. So that means it's going to be in standard resolution. You can't even go high definition or fully high definition, which is FHD 1080p. So the fact that this is $69.99, this is the one I would definitely consider. And then I wouldn't worry too much about downloading the Play Store on that. I mean, I still would try. I do have a separate video on that, but it's just that the fact that like it might be tedious for you if you're not tech savvy, but also the performance on there is not as good. This is the Fire Max 11, by the way. This is the best one that they've made, but this came out years ago, and I think it's held up decently well. The battery life is not too bad, and then same with the resolution. The screen panel is pretty decent compared to the other ones that I've tested out, and I would say the same for the Fire HD10. You know, that's going to have an IPS panel, laminated, most likely, just like this one. And yeah, performance is nothing to be excited about. That's just going to be able to play very, very light gaming, if at all. I'd have to go back and check my original video on it because it's been a while since I've tested that out. But yeah, the Fire Max 11 is not worth it unless you get it used, because used is like $129. But this one is more so like $189 right now. Hopefully it drops down further because I got this for like $150 during 2-3 years ago when it first came out on like Prime Day. The cool thing is we can click on price history here and see exactly what the price was. I mean, hopefully we can. Let's see if it'll even load up at this point, or maybe it just doesn't want to load around this time. But yeah, either way, I didn't pay too much. Yeah, July 11th, 2023 is when I ordered it. 64 gigs with ads. Ads have not been a problem. Again, the biggest thing is not having the Google Play Store, because and that price thing is not loading. If it does, I'll definitely come back here at the end. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, I have to have the Google Play Store because I wanted to download some certain games and apps that you can't find on the App Store. So you're limited to that. Now, I think at the same time, it's not going to matter, right? Right now, if you're buying it used, or if you're buying it right now in 2025, it hasn't held up too well. It's not worth the price point. There are so many other good tablets out there. I've tested out a couple of them on this on my channel, and of course, if you want to stay tuned for budget tablets and stuff, definitely subscribe. But yeah, but that's beside the point. Yeah, this is overall it's decent. I would say this will probably last you some time if you're just looking at media consumption and maybe some gaming. The Kindle app is probably the main reason you want to get this because you're in that Amazon ecosystem, and this is the only, from my understanding, these are the only tablets that have a full support of the Kindle app. So that's why this would be worth considering, like people would get. This is why people would want to get this. But at the same time, why not just get the Fire 10 instead of the 11? I'm not sure if that 1-inch form factor makes a huge difference. I mean, of course, if you want to have the biggest one to read comics or whatever, then, be my guest. It's your money at the end of the day, right? So you spend it on whatever you like to. I just don't think that it's justified to get a $190 tablet when you can just get the same thing for $70 and it'll do the job for you for Kindle. But I digress. Yeah, the Google Play Store has been a little bit of a problem just because people have been complaining about it. Again, I made a video on it. There have been a lot of people watching, and a good amount of, pretty much most of the people had no issues, or they had issues, but they ended up getting it downloaded. But there are some that still have problems downloading this, and it's a little frustrating, right? Because, there's the How to Geek article, there's the Fire Toolbox that's a developer made, and then my video I've tried, and still people have problems and trouble, so that's something to keep in mind. At the same time, there is some good news. Apparently, they might be coming out with a new version of the Amazon tablet that doesn't have Fire OS like this, you see, where it's just for you and home. It might just be the full Android version, and so that's just been rumors going around, but I'll have a more concrete video and more details coming in later. So definitely stay tuned for that. And guys, let me know if you found this video helpful. And I guess I'll show you the Geekbench scores really quickly because I haven't tested it out in a while. But, oh no, I did. July 17th. So yeah, 940 is the single core. 2298 is a multi-core score. So yeah, pretty low-end scores. It's not beating anything here, but it's not too far from the lowest competition. So GPU score is 1066. So nothing to be excited over, but I can still play Roblox. I can still check out maybe RuneScape. Old school RuneScape is what I'd prefer to play. Games of that nature, low end, those will work fine. And then if we go back into CPU-Z, we'll see the CPU here, which is the ARM Cortex A78 and then A55, as well as the ARM Mali G57 MC2. Surprisingly, this is still the same GPU that companies are using to this day. Other tablets are. So that's something to keep in mind. You're not completely obsolete, but again, at the price point, it's I guess it is kind of obsolete. Because I was just thinking about lower-end tablets that were around the $100 price range. They use the ARM Mali G57 MC2. But at the higher end, you can definitely find something better. Honestly, at this rate, I would even consider getting a used iPad around the $200 price range, or if you can afford a little bit more, maybe $200, $250, you'll get a decent iPad like 10th or 11th gen. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, stay tuned for more. Are you guys getting this? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And as always, thanks for watching.